Iraqi Dinar today, latest news. We begin today by asking a question that resonates deeply with everyone pursuing a significant long-term goal, a question that touches upon the very core of perseverance. How often have you found yourself engaged in a persistent daily effort, a dedicated grind, only to question if the eventual reward will truly justify the immense patience, discipline, and sheer consistency you've poured into the endeavor? Many individuals watch global financial movements with a keen, focused interest, sometimes for years, hoping to witness the culmination of national efforts toward economic stability and strength. This feeling of dedicated waiting, where the internal work often precedes the visible external breakthrough, is precisely the sentiment mirrored in Iraq's most recent and consequential financial moves. What the nation is executing right now transcends mere bureaucratic adjustments or minor banking tweaks. It serves as a powerful, real-world testament to the idea that steadfast commitment, maintained over an extended period, inevitably leads to the long-awaited transformation. The developments unfolding within the financial architecture of Iraq are far more than a simple set of numbers being manipulated on complex banking ledgers. They embody a profound narrative of national resilience, a deliberate and methodical story of comprehensive rebuilding from the ground up. This is the account of a sovereign state actively proving, through decisive and measured action, that the integration of deep patience, unwavering financial discipline, and a clear, long-term strategic vision is the only path that can generate sustainable and authentic change. It is this overarching message of enduring commitment, demonstrated on a national scale, that makes today's detailed report critically important, demanding your full attention right until the very end. We are about to meticulously dissect Iraq's crucial internal adjustments to its foreign exchange rate structures, the systematic modernization of its essential banking infrastructure, and the massive strides it is taking toward achieving full and unqualified international financial compliance. In analyzing these steps, a powerful, universal truth will become undeniable. Your own consistent private grind, whatever its focus, is also guaranteed to pay off. Therefore, we urge you to settle in, remain completely focused, and prepare to absorb what many analysts are already deeming one of the most structurally important Iraqi dinar updates to emerge this year. This news perfectly reflects and encapsulates the intense, sustained persistence and deliberate commitment that is fundamentally required to attain any substantial and lasting success in life, whether personal or financial. Moving directly into the essence of the matter, Iraq has officially initiated a series of profound and calculated steps within its central banking system, moves that unequivocally signal a significant strategic pivot in its overall monetary reform strategy. The Central Bank of Iraq (CBI) is not merely reacting to market conditions. It is proactively and continuously fine-tuning internal mechanisms, refining the operational structure of its exchange rate controls, and deliberately positioning the national currency for a future state of far greater strength and recognized international value. These are not ephemeral rumors circulating on social media, nor are they non-committal, casual government press releases. They are tangible, verifiable actions being implemented right now within the core of Iraqi banks and the wider financial ecosystem. What amplifies the meaning of these visible banking reforms is the compelling and instructive parallel they draw to an experience every dedicated individual viewer can readily understand and internalize. Often, the most meaningful and impactful work is conducted in quiet, unseen isolation, long before any progress is significant enough to draw the attention of the wider public or media. Iraq has spent extensive periods systematically updating its outdated financial laws, rigorously strengthening its critical currency circulation and exchange procedures, efficiently clearing out older and cumbersome physical banknotes from the economy, and painstakingly developing and preparing new financial tools and regulatory frameworks, all while the global community generally remained focused on other, more immediate events. This deliberate behind-the-scenes effort is the financial world's equivalent of how deep personal growth truly works. You establish and reinforce foundational habits when absolutely no one is observing your efforts. You commit to rigorous, deep learning when others might doubt your ultimate potential. You maintain a committed, quiet grind while your peers might be sleeping or voicing their skepticism. However, without fail, a moment arrives, much like Iraq's current, critical process of recalibrating its internal rate structure, when all of that private, focused, foundational work ultimately emerges as an undeniable, visible, and public transformation. Today's deep dive is therefore not just an analysis of complex monetary policy. It stands as a potent and timely reminder that consistent, unwavering discipline and effort will invariably yield measurable results. As an increasing number of international financial platforms and reporting systems begin, albeit quietly, to reflect the initial, subtle shifts and adjustments in the internal rate structure, experienced global financial analysts across multiple continents are rapidly turning their full attention to the region. It is crucial to be clear. These initial internal movements do not yet represent the final, globally recognized international exchange rate. Nevertheless, these early and foundational shifts are immensely significant, holding considerable weight because nothing of consequence in the realm of national economics ever happens without a period of meticulous, intense preparation. And this principle is precisely the profound and enduring lesson we must extract. Major, transformative outcomes are always the direct result of prolonged, painstaking preparation. Iraq's economic journey did not involve an instantaneous leap from a war, affected, destabilized economy to the status of a globally recognized, modernized financial system in a matter of weeks. This massive structural shift has been painstakingly achieved through a deliberate accumulation of small, incremental, but vital steps, implementing large-scale digital technology upgrades, embedding rigorous anti-corruption protocols across all financial sectors, aggressively pursuing and meeting strict international compliance standards, and securing strategic foreign exchange partnerships with trusted global entities. This exact, observable pattern of consistent, incremental action is universally applicable to the pursuit of any major, long-term personal or professional goal. If your objective is to build unshakable personal discipline, you do not expect a complete, overnight transformation. Instead of seeking an immediate overhaul, you start by consciously and consistently mastering one foundational habit at a time, perhaps beginning with waking up earlier, committing to eating healthier, dedicating time to reading daily, meticulously setting clear, actionable goals, and proactively controlling or eliminating environmental distractions. You systematically stack these positive, new habits in the same way that the Iraqi government is diligently stacking critical financial reforms, and eventually, a powerful, self-sustaining momentum takes over. This concept of momentum is an incredibly powerful, often underestimated force in both economics and life. The current updates surrounding the dinar are a clear and striking illustration that this essential momentum frequently begins as a quiet, unseen force, building internal pressure and resilience before it finally erupts into something undeniably visible and externally transformative. A key aspect of Iraq's methodical preparation for a potentially stronger currency is the central bank's systematic cleanup of its currency supply and circulation. This is a crucial, non-negotiable step in the comprehensive preparation process for any nation seeking to significantly revalue and strengthen its national currency's standing. The central bank has been meticulously managing the withdrawal of older, larger denomination notes from circulation, strategically reorganizing the entire flow of currency, and actively preparing for the eventual, careful introduction of more practical and manageable lower denominations. It is fundamentally important for viewers to grasp the underlying why of this action. A nation does not make the complex, resource-intensive decision to introduce significantly lower denominations unless it possesses a strong, data-driven expectation that its existing currency is set to substantially gain in real value and purchasing power over time. But this pivotal decision also imparts a universal, powerful lesson about life itself. To fundamentally move forward and ascend to a higher level of performance, you must first be willing and able to remove those elements, whether in your personal life or a nation's economy, that are no longer serving your future objectives. Just as Iraq is systematically clearing out and retiring outdated currency notes, you must commit to identifying and clearing outdated, detrimental habits from your own life. If you are relentlessly pursuing improvement, whether it is targeted at financial security, mental clarity, or physical health, you must proactively release the behaviors and circumstances that are actively dragging down your potential and slowing your progress. Perhaps this involves the habit of chronic procrastination, the draining influence of negative or cynical people in your circle, or the crippling internal voice of self-doubt. Whatever the specific impediment, genuine progression always requires a deliberate act of removal and letting go. Iraq is demonstrating its forward-looking confidence by not being afraid to retire old currency, believing in its future financial worth. Similarly, you should not be afraid to release old, limiting habits, because your own inherent future value is also actively rising. Furthermore, Iraq's meticulous preparation for the systematic introduction of smaller currency denominations is profoundly symbolic of its national trajectory. It clearly signals a confident readiness for achieving stronger future purchasing power and establishing a more robust, stable, and self-assured financial environment. Yet it is vital to contemplate this from an alternative, personal angle. In both life and macroeconomics, the smallest, seemingly most insignificant steps are often the ones that carry the most massive future rewards. The introduction of lower denominations may appear small in scale, but it represents something monumental in terms of national confidence and planning. Your personal habits operate on the exact same compounding principle. Waking up a mere 10 minutes earlier each day does not feel significant in the moment. Reading just 5 pages of an insightful book daily may seem insignificant. Writing down just one new idea every morning does not look like a monumental effort. But when viewed collectively over time, these consistent investments in self-improvement become genuinely life-altering, compounding successes. Iraq is proving, through its foundational policy changes, that small, structural changes fundamentally pave the way for massive, sweeping transformation. This understanding is a universal hallmark of every genuinely successful person across all fields of endeavor. True greatness and lasting success are never delivered in a single, sudden stroke of luck. They are meticulously constructed from the cumulative effect of small, highly repeatable, and disciplined actions executed consistently over long, sustained periods. Another significantly powerful strategic move that Iraq has executed is the dramatic expansion of its international trade agreements with a diverse range of countries, utilizing increasingly diversified currency settlement methods that move beyond the previously dominant paradigm. Why is this particular strategy so critically important? Because a nation that multiple trusted international partners feel secure enough to engage and trade with, utilizing varied currencies, is a nation that is actively and visibly stepping into a position of earned economic strength and authority. Trust in the global marketplace must be earned through reliable performance, not merely demanded through rhetoric. The exact same principle applies to the pursuit of personal success. You effectively earn the trust of the world and of those around you when you demonstrate unshakable consistency in your actions and character. You build and earn self-confidence when you exhibit unwavering discipline in your daily choices and pursuits. You attract and earn meaningful opportunities when you can visibly demonstrate concrete, verifiable progress toward your declared goals. Iraq did not acquire its current momentum simply by making verbal promises about reform. It earned this position by tirelessly implementing complex, difficult, and genuine reform measures. And that is the central, universal message for absolutely anyone who is currently pursuing a long-term goal. The ultimate result is determined not by what you plan to do, but by what you consistently actually do. Daily, small-scale actions may feel insignificant in isolation, but their effects compound exponentially over time. Iraq's years of dedicated, daily steps have collectively created the undeniable results we are observing today. Your sustained, daily decisions will create your own future results. The central bank recently achieved a substantial increase in its international credibility by successfully securing key compliance certifications and adhering strictly to global financial standards. This is not a minor footnote. It is a massive and essential achievement because credibility is unequivocally the bedrock and foundation of enduring financial power on a global stage. The corresponding life lesson is clear and non-negotiable. Credibility, whether personal or national, is painstakingly built and maintained by ensuring unwavering consistency between your stated values and your observable actions. If your deeply held goal is to achieve significant financial growth, your habits must directly align with that goal. You cannot thoughtlessly waste resources. You cannot claim a desire for robust health while actively avoiding the necessary discipline required for exercise and nutrition. You cannot declare a commitment to success while shying away from the necessary grind and discomfort. Iraq did not merely claim to be reforming. It provided tangible, verifiable proof by meeting and adhering to demanding, non-negotiable global financial requirements. When there is a direct and powerful alignment between your committed actions and your ultimate goals, positive results will follow, always. Shifting our focus to the often unseen activity within global banking platforms, multiple high-level, centralized systems utilized by major international banks have been reportedly updated and structurally prepared for the eventual potential synchronization of the dinar's exchange rate in the foreseeable future. This critical preparatory step does not mean that the new exchange rate has been made public or globally activated, but it serves as definitive evidence of internal readiness within the global financial system. And this internal readiness is a prerequisite. It invariably precedes any major external, public change. Consider this concept applied to your personal journey toward success. You do not become a successful person at the exact moment the world decides to finally recognize your efforts. You fundamentally become successful months or even years before that public recognition occurs. This successful status is forged during the long, unnoticed hours of late nights, early mornings, profound personal sacrifices, and the establishment of disciplined, non-negotiable habits. External success is merely the public manifestation and validation of deep, thorough internal preparation. Iraq is currently undertaking that crucial internal preparation on a national scale. This serves as a potent reminder that you should be diligently preparing internally in your own life as well. Across Iraq, vital components of the financial system, including modern ATM, sophisticated banking software, and essential interbank transactional platforms, have all been undergoing extensive digital modernization and upgrading. These crucial, large-scale steps are a tangible demonstration that the entire country is meticulously preparing for the dawn of a new, advanced financial era. But this reveals another critical life lesson for us all to embrace. Modern, complex environments demand and necessitate modern, adaptive habits. If your sincere aspiration is to elevate your life to a higher level of performance and fulfillment, you must proactively upgrade the internal operating systems within your own mind and heart. This involves consciously replacing paralyzing fear with resolute confidence, trading the self-defeating habit of laziness for the empowering structure of discipline, substituting distraction with razor-sharp focus, and discarding hollow excuses in favor of decisive action. Iraq is investing heavily in upgrading its national systems because its leaders envision and desire a stronger, more prosperous future. Similarly, you must commit to upgrading your foundational mindset because you are aiming for a stronger, more capable version of yourself. Many seasoned financial analysts across the globe now believe with conviction that the Iraqi dinar is currently situated within a crucial, final transitional window, a highly sensitive phase where intensive testing, last-minute preparation, and deep institutional alignment must meticulously take place before the eventual, final public rate adjustments can be made. Transitional periods are notoriously challenging to endure. They often feel frustratingly slow, demanding extraordinary reserves of patience from all stakeholders, both national and international. However, it is vital to clarify that true patience is not merely passive waiting without action. Rather, genuine patience is the ability to maintain consistent, high-level effort despite the frustrating absence of immediate, visible reward. Iraq is currently demonstrating a powerful model of strategic, persistent patience. And this is the exact same fundamental principle that ultimately separates those who prematurely quit from those who stay the course and ultimately succeed. The vast majority of people crave and demand instant results in all areas of their lives. Yet, the most profound and authentic breakthroughs are always reserved for those highly disciplined individuals who possess the stamina and strategic foresight to simply stay the difficult course. Your unwavering discipline today is the foundational element that is actively creating and guaranteeing your inevitable success tomorrow. When Iraq ultimately and decisively activates the global synchronization of its official exchange rate, this pivotal event will not only fundamentally shift the nation's own future trajectory, but will also inevitably create a significant, measurable influence on numerous connected regional currencies and economies. This inevitable ripple effect perfectly mirrors the dynamics of life itself on a personal level. When you commit to personal growth and achieve a higher level of performance, everything within your sphere of influence begins to grow and improve alongside you. When you become a more disciplined, focused individual, your opportunities dramatically expand. When you proactively improve your foundational mindset, your relationships, your income, and your overall life satisfaction all measurably improve as well. Your significant personal success affects a far wider circle than just yourself. Iraq's national moves will powerfully impact surrounding economies. In the same way, your deliberate, strategic moves will impact the entire environment and ecosystem around you. Many authoritative insiders in the global financial community have recently alluded to the distinct possibility of future multi-currency adjustments, a broader economic realignment potentially coinciding with the dinar's main movement. Whether this happens immediately or over time, the very idea reflects a powerful reality. When transformative change finally arrives, it often manifests not as a single event, but as a dynamic cluster of related, simultaneous events. In a personal context, once you make a single, powerful decision, such as making an absolute commitment to achieving a long-held goal, a cascade of other improvements naturally and organically begins to follow. You start to feel inherently better. Your thought processes become clearer and more strategic, and your actions become more intentional. Suddenly, seemingly unrelated aspects of your life begin to powerfully align with your core purpose. Iraq is diligently aligning its complex economic systems for optimal performance. You must embrace the corresponding necessity of aligning your behaviors, your external environment, and your core daily habits for personal optimal performance. Iraq's comprehensive efforts to successfully unify its exchange rates, both internally within the country and externally with international partners, clearly demonstrate a powerful, deep-seated desire to strengthen national currency confidence at every level. Confidence is an immensely powerful currency in itself, but true confidence is never something you passively wait for or hope to be gifted. It is something you must actively and consistently build through concrete, measurable action. Iraq has diligently built national financial confidence by consistently taking decisive steps, systematically improving its core systems, earning essential global credentials, and forming strategic international partnerships. Similarly, you build unshakable self-confidence by relentlessly doing the necessary work, not by passively wishing for positive outcomes to magically appear. Confidence is an earned quality, never a simple gift. Let's turn our attention to the critical concept of purchasing power, a key metric for national economic health. When Iraq explicitly states its objective to restore the dinar's full purchasing power, it means the nation desires its currency to accurately and justly reflect its true, underlying national economic value and strength. The very same principle of value applies directly to your personal worth and potential. You must proactively restore and maximize your own personal purchasing power, your energy reserves, your irreplaceable time, and your limited focus. When you exercise rigorous control over your own habits and daily choices, you gain decisive control over the entire trajectory of your life. When you deliberately minimize time wasted on unproductive activities, you simultaneously gain an exponential increase in your potential and productivity. When you diligently discipline and focus your mind, your future inevitably becomes stronger, clearer, and more successful. Purchasing power is fundamentally about real value and your personal value. Your potential, your ability to perform, your ultimate success rises every single time you consciously commit to and practice meaningful self-improvement. For the dedicated individuals who have waited patiently for years, keenly observing Iraq's lengthy, often difficult rebuilding process, this present moment serves as an immensely powerful and timely reminder that consistent endurance, maintained through thick and thin, always pays off handsomely. Most people, tragically, choose to quit just before the critical breakthrough moment arrives. Most people stop applying effort when the progress slows down and the journey enters its boring, uncertain stages. But true winners are defined by their refusal to give up, their commitment to stay engaged and focused through the difficult, uncertain, and unglamorous stages of growth. Iraq has demonstrated this commitment on a national level. You must embody and demonstrate that same fierce commitment in your personal life too. Whether your focus is ambitious financial goals, demanding health targets, or complex career aspirations, ultimate success always belongs to the persistent. Now, we must compassionately address the inevitable emotional roller coaster that many dedicated observers experience while patiently waiting for significant financial and economic developments to mature. It is completely normal and human to feel surges of doubt, fatigue, or uncertainty during any extended, arduous journey. However, embrace this fundamental truth. Every single long journey becomes undeniably worth the sacrifice and effort the very moment the breakthrough finally arrives. Iraq is visibly approaching a historic and defining turning point in its national economic history, and your own life will inevitably reach its own monumental turning points if you simply refuse to concede defeat and quit. Every single day that you choose to remain disciplined, focused, and engaged is another crucial step taken toward your inevitable personal breakthrough moment. When Iraq finally publishes and formally activates its official next phase of monetary policy, the world will react immediately. Global investors will react, financial markets will react, neighboring nations will react strategically. But here is the single most important factor in this equation: your personal reaction to the presented opportunity. When opportunities of this magnitude finally arrive, you must be prepared, positioned, and ready to meet them decisively. This is why your discipline and commitment today are absolutely critical. This is why your fundamental habits matter more than fleeting luck. Luck does not and cannot build lasting success. Thorough, meticulous preparation does. Iraq is preparing its financial system with every tool available. You should be using this time now to prepare your own life and mindset with the same dedication. As we collectively observe Iraq's profound national transformation, internalize this undeniable truth. Rebuilding anything of value, whether a national economy or a personal life, takes considerable, patient time. But this dedicated process of rebuilding invariably leads to a position of powerful, enduring strength. You possess the complete ability to rebuild and refine your own life using the exact same principles. One strategic decision at a time, one positive habit at a time, and one focused improvement at a time. Your sustained grind will definitively pay off, not because the path to success is inherently easy or guaranteed, but precisely because you are demonstrating the iron will and refusal to stop moving forward. Iraq has refused to stop its reform process, and that unwavering refusal is precisely why its economic potential is now visibly and powerfully rising. To everyone who is holding the dinar, to everyone patiently waiting for this development, and to everyone who maintains a confident belief in the process, remember this essential principle. Patience is undeniably powerful, but deep, thorough preparation is absolutely essential. Dedicate time to educate yourself continuously. Remain completely and reliably informed by verifiable sources. Rigorously avoid speculative rumors and sensationalism. Make disciplined, rational, and out decisions in all aspects of your financial life. When the decisive, right moment ultimately arrives, you will be prepared, confident, and ready to act. Success always rewards those individuals who prepare early, think wisely, and execute with disciplined action. We conclude today's report with a final, core message to internalize. Iraq's remarkable financial progress is far more than a simple sequence of news updates or banking maneuvers. It is a potent living symbol of national resilience, financial discipline, and enduring, long-term belief in a brighter future. These are the exact, non-negotiable qualities required to achieve success in any sphere of life. Your personal journey perfectly mirrors this national narrative. Stay ruthlessly disciplined, maintain an intense, continuous focus, and commit to improving daily in small but measurable ways. Success habits compound silently, and your sustained grind will pay off. What is transpiring in Iraq today is genuine history being made, and simultaneously, your own successful story is being written and defined by every single day you consciously choose discipline over debilitating doubt. Stay profoundly encouraged, maintain a strategic patience, and never ever forget, your grind will pay off. Thank you for watching today's comprehensive report. Stay tuned, stay hopeful, and crucially, stay ready because big things are approaching.